Hello. So here are some tips for prototyping, especially things that are repeated, like this bottom navigation. Right now, I don't have a component for this. So these are all separate and they are identical. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to actually make a copy of this. Make sure it's all there. Okay, looks right. And as you can see, I've got one with the home page active, one with search, one with profile, and bell. For the sake of speed, I'm going to, let's get that whole thing. I'm going to make just a couple different versions. I'll just grab the home page, but you want to have some variants on this. So first, I'm going to make it a component. And then I'm going to add a variant. So I'm going to click inside here and right click. And then I'm going to go to, where is it? Hold on. Top. It's probably right in front of my face. Jumping in here real quick. I know how to do this. If you click on the component and you right click on it, you just go to main component, add variant. I know this, silly Alana. And that adds a second component. Then you get the lovely plus and you don't have to do that anymore. Right, we'll do it over here then. In bottom bar, see how there's this diamond with a plus in it? This will only show up if you haven't made a variant. So I'm going to click it once, and then I have two variants now. I'm going to click this plus to make a third variant. You probably saw it in the menu and was like, it's right there, Alana. Okay, so I want one that is home. So I'm going to copy this icon. Actually, I'm going to make sure. Yep, that looks correct. Home icon. What is this though? Okay. I think this is fine. And I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to go to the top. And I'm going to say paste to replace. Now I have an active home. I want to go get an inactive search. So I'm going to go here, copy, and right click, paste to replace. I also want to paste it to replace here. Paste to replace. And then I'll do one for the profile too. And I'll just do the third one later. Okay, paste to replace. So now I have three variants. Let's name them all. So I'm going to click on bottom bar and I'm going to go over to properties. Right now, all of these are called property 1. So I'm just so it's a different name from the frame. I'm going to call it bottom nav. And the first one, instead of default, I'm going to call it home. The second one, I'm going to call search. And the third one, I am going to call profile. Cool. So now I have bottom nav and 3 different values. There we go. There they are. So now what I'm going to do is I could move these, replace them, and wire them up in the pages, but I could also just wire things up here. So I am going to do that. I'm going to click on the top one. I'm going to go to prototype and I'm going to add an interaction. Wait, not for the whole bar, silly banana. For the home, and I'm going to select all 3. Where is it? Select multiple variants is a little icon, so it's sneaky. So you want to select one of the variants, and then you can click on this little icon, multi-edit variants. It's also the letter Q. So that will select all 3. And then I'm going to add an interaction, which is on, this really should be on tap, but we'll just go with it. On click, I want it to navigate to, and then I'm going to say to the home page. So all of these are going to be wired up to take me to the home page. I could just disconnect this one because we're already on the home page, but for sake of speed, I won't. So I'm going to, let's see if I can find it. If I go to design, there should be select multiple variants. Well, I'm shift selecting them. Maybe it's a key command. Anyway, so this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say interactions. When I click on these, go to navigate to, and then I'm going to say search bar. And then for the profile, I'm going to do the same thing. Oops. Shift click, interaction, click, navigate to, which one? Settings, account. There you go. Setting, account. So now these are all wired up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my assets panel. So now I have this component, this bottom bar component, and I am going to, I want to replace it. So I think I'll just insert an instance, and then I'm going to like cut it, Command X to cut. Then I'm going to click on this bottom bar. I'm going to make sure I'm clicking on the right thing. And I'm going to right click and say paste to replace. And now I have my wired up one. And then same thing here. I'm going to right click, paste to replace, right click, paste to replace. Now, if I need to change any of the navigation, I can do it in one spot. And as this grows, it's going to be a lot easier on my brain. So let's just try out. If I go to the home page, I hit Shift Space to open a little preview window. And oh, I need to fix the size. Anyway, if I click on search, I should go to the search page. If I click on, oh, I need to change the settings. But if I click home, I go back. If I click profile, I go to profile. So the only thing left to do is when I am on search, I want this to be a different variant. I want it to be, instead of home, I want search. And on this one, instead of home, I want profile. Cool. So now I have this bottom navigation that is controlled in just one nice component. And same thing would go for, oh, actually, let's do this. So let's say I have a lot of pages that have this, the settings, this gear. I'm also going to make this a component, and I'm going to make this, it's going to be like kind of a pop-up window. I'm going to make it an overlay. So I'm going to option drag this over just so the component is off the actual design. I'm going to hit Command Option K or Control Alt K if you're on PC. And now I have this icon that is for settings. And I'm going to go over to properties. Let's see. I'm going to add a property. I'm thinking, do I need to? I don't really need to. It's only going to just be that. But what I'm going to do is wire up the prototype. So let me see what the name of this pop-up is. The settings, settings overlay, just so I can remember that this is going to be an overlay. And then what I can do is say, for this little gear in prototype mode, interactions, on click, open overlay, And then I'm going to choose settings overlay. I'm going to just center it. And I'm going to say, if I click anywhere, close it. And I can add a background, but because it's the same size as the screen, this basically would sort of darken out the background, and you can control how muted you want it to be. And then I'm just going to dissolve it in. You can also move it in from various directions, but I'm going to dissolve in just to show you what's here. You can kind of ease it over to the left, to the right, down, and up. I'm going to go to straight up dissolve, and that's it. I'm going to close this. And now if I go back here, so same thing, I want an instance of this. I'm going to cut it so it's in my clipboard. I'm going to go back over to that page here. I'm going to click on the gear. Come on, gear. There you go. And I'm going to right click, say paste to replace. And now if I go to accounts and I hit shift space to open the preview, now if I click this, I get this nice overlay. If I click it, it should go away, but it's not. So let's make this overlay page go back. So prototype, interactions, on click, close overlay. And there you go. Let's give that another try. Account, shift space, click it, I get the overlay, click it again, the overlay goes away. Cool. So a couple different ways of using components to wire up prototypes so that things are a little less messy. All right, thanks.